A king. A war lasts 10 years. A journey home takes another 10. It sounds like a myth. But this is the Odyssey. It is an ancient Greek story. It comes from 3,000 years ago. Now it is on the big screen. Director Christopher Nolan presents this legend. The hero is Odysseus. He is the king of Ithaca. He is clever and brave, but he suffers greatly. He angers the god of the sea. He has no superhero cape. He only has a ship. He also has troublesome men. Monsters and witches are common. Storms are also common. They are just everyday life. His real enemies are time and fate. This man never gives up, no matter how hard the journey is. The film begins after a big war. This was the Trojan War. Odysseus fights in this war. He is famous for a clever idea. He builds a large wooden horse. This horse helps win the war. The Greeks hide inside the horse. The Trojans pull it into the city. They think it is a gift. At night, everyone is asleep. The Greeks come out of the horse. They open the city gates. They destroy the city. They win the war. The war lasted 10 long years. Finally, the war is over. Odysseus and his men are ready. They sail back to Ithaca. They are tired and wounded. They want to see their families. Odysseus wants to see his wife. Her name is Penelope. He also wants to see his son. His son is Telemachus. Telemachus was a baby when Odysseus left. Now he is a young boy. Odysseus thinks of them often. He thinks during long nights at sea. But he does not know something. His journey home will be a nightmare. The gods watch from Mount Olympus. Not all of them are friendly. Some gods help him. Others want him to suffer. Odysseus makes a powerful enemy. This is the sea god Poseidon. Poseidon is very angry with Odysseus. Odysseus has blinded his son. The trouble starts on an island. They meet a cyclops there. A cyclops is a giant. He has one big eye. The eye is in his forehead. They are huge and strong. They eat humans for food. This cyclops is named Polyphemus. He is the son of Poseidon. He traps Odysseus and his men. He rolls a stone in front. The stone blocks the entrance. They cannot escape. He eats 2 men for dinner. The men are very scared. They think they will all die. But Odysseus has a clever plan. He gives the giant strong wine. The giant likes the wine. He asks for more wine. He asks Odysseus his name. Odysseus says his name is Nobody. The giant gets drunk and falls asleep. Odysseus and his men act fast. They take a sharp, heated stick They blind the giant's one eye. The giant screams in terrible pain. Other cyclopes come to help. They ask who is hurting him. He shouts, "Nobody is hurting me." So they go away. They think he's just sick. Odysseus and his men escape. They hide under the giant's sheep. The sheep are big and woolly. Each man holds on to the wool. They crawl out of the cave. Poseidon learns what has happened. He is even angrier now. He prays to his father Zeus. He wants Odysseus's journey to be hard. He sends storms and strong winds. The storms push the ship off course. Odysseus and his men face more dangers. They meet the Lotus Eaters on an island. The Lotus Eaters are friendly people. They offer a magical fruit. The fruit is sweet and delicious, but it makes men forget everything. They forget their home and families. They do not want to leave. They just want to eat more fruit. They want to do nothing all day. Odysseus drags them back to the ship. He ties some to the benches. They cannot run away now. He orders the rest to row fast. They leave before anyone eats more. Later, they visit another island. The witch goddess Circe lives there. She is a beautiful woman, but she is a dangerous enchantress. She invites the men inside. She gives them a drink. The drink has honey and wine. After they drink, she taps them. She turns them into pigs. One man escapes and runs back. He tells Odysseus what has happened. The god Hermes helps Odysseus. Hermes gives him a special herb. The herb has a black root. It also has a white flower. Odysseus eats the herb. He becomes immune to Circe's spells. He points his sword at her. He makes her promise something. She must turn his men back. She agrees to do this. They stay with Circe for a year. She feeds them and cares for them. Finally, Odysseus wants to leave. Circe gives them advice. They must go to the land of the dead. They need advice from a prophet. The prophet is named Tiresias. This is the only way home. Odysseus and his men sail there. The land of the dead is dark. It is at the edge of the world. There is no sun there. Only fog and shadows exist. Odysseus digs a pit in the ground. He pours offerings into the pit. He calls the spirits of the dead. The spirits come from all directions. They are thirsty for blood. Odysseus lets one spirit drink first. This spirit is the prophet Tiresias. Tiresias drinks the blood and speaks. He tells Odysseus about the future. Poseidon is still angry about his son. Odysseus will eventually reach home, but the journey will be very hard. He must not eat the sun god's cattle. The sun god is Helios. If they eat the cattle, all will die. Only Odysseus will survive. Odysseus sees his mother's spirit. He is shocked to see her. He did not know she was dead. She died of grief while waiting for him. This makes Odysseus very sad. But he must continue his journey. He tries to hug his mother, but he cannot hug her. She is just a shadow. Odysseus must pass more tests. They must sail past the sirens. The sirens are beautiful women. They sit on the rocks. They sing beautiful songs. Their music makes sailors forget. The sailors crash on the rocks. Many ships have been destroyed there. Odysseus is very smart. He fills his men's ears with wax. They cannot hear the music now. He asks his men to tie him. They tie him to the mast. He says, "Do not untie me, even if I beg you." The men row past the island. The music is very beautiful. Odysseus wants to go there, but his men row faster. They keep him tied tightly. They pass safely. Next, they face two monsters. One is Scylla on a cliff. She has 6 long heads. Each head has sharp teeth. Each head eats a man. The other is Charybdis. Charybdis is a giant whirlpool. It swallows whole ships. It pulls everything into the sea. Odysseus must choose one monster. He chooses Scylla. He loses 6 men, but he saves the whole ship. Scylla reaches down and eats them. It is a terrible loss. The men are scared and sad, but they keep going. They have no other choice. At last, they reach an island. This island belongs to Helios. Helios is the sun god. There are cows on this island. These cows are sacred and special. They are beautiful and never die. The men were warned not to touch them. Odysseus's men are very hungry. They have no food left. The winds are against them. They are stuck for a whole month. They remember the prophet's warning. The prophet said not to eat the cows. One day, Odysseus goes to pray. His men make a terrible choice. They are too hungry to stop. They kill and eat the sacred cows. They cook the meat with bread. This is a huge mistake. Helios is very angry. He demands that Zeus punish them. Zeus sends a huge storm. The storm has thunder and lightning. The ship is hit and breaks apart. All of Odysseus's men drown. Odysseus is the only survivor. He is alone in the sea. He holds on to floating wood. He floats for many days. He has no food or water. Odysseus drifts for days. Finally, he reaches an island. A nymph named Calypso lives there. She is very beautiful. She finds him on the shore. She takes care of him. She falls in love with him. She wants him to stay forever. Calypso has kept him for 7 years. He cannot leave the island. He is a prisoner there. But he has a comfortable life. She gives him food and wine. She gives him a nice cave. The island has flowers and trees. But he is always sad. He misses his wife and son. He sits by the sea every day. He cries and looks for escape. He thinks of Penelope always. During these 20 years, trouble has grown. Odysseus has been away for 20 years. He spent 10 years in war. He spent 10 years wandering. Everyone thinks Odysseus is dead. Many men have come to his palace. They are called suitors. They want to marry Penelope. There are more than 100. They are rich and powerful. They come from Ithaca and nearby. They stay in the palace. They eat all the food. They drink all the wine. They treat servants badly. They sleep in Odysseus's halls. They are greedy and disrespectful. They refuse to leave. They want Penelope to choose one. Penelope is very sad. She still believes in her husband. She cries every night. But it is hard to believe now. She has tried to trick the suitors. She said she would weave a cloth. It was for Odysseus's father. She weaves it during the day. At night, she secretly unweaves it. This trick worked for 3 years. But a servant has told the secret. Now she has no more time. The suitors are angry. Zeus orders Calypso to let him go. Calypso obeys the order. She helps him build a raft. She gives him food and water. Odysseus sails for many days. But Poseidon sees him again. He sends another terrible storm. The winds are very strong. The waves are huge. Odysseus almost drowns. A sea goddess saves him. She helps him reach an island. The island is called Scheria. The people are the Phaeacians. They are kind and good sailors. The princess finds him on the beach. She brings him to the palace. The king and queen welcome him. They give him food and gifts. They ask him who he is. He tells them his whole story. They are amazed by his adventures. They take him to a ship. He finally arrives in Ithaca. They give him many gifts. They leave him on the shore. He sleeps through the night. He wakes up in the morning, but he does not reveal himself. He is afraid of the suitors. He must be very careful. Athena appears to him. She tells him about his home. She disguises him as a beggar. He wears old and dirty clothes. He carries a bag with him. In this disguise, he goes home. He sees the terrible suitors. They are eating and drinking. They are very rude. He also sees his son Telemachus. Telemachus grew up without his father. He is now a young man. He is about 20 years old. Odysseus meets him in secret. He tells him who he is. At first, Telemachus does not believe him. He thinks it is a trick. But Odysseus shows a scar. The scar was from a boar hunt. Telemachus now knows the truth. They hug and cry together. They make a plan together. They will fight the suitors. They will take back the palace. Odysseus tells his son something. He must hide all the weapons. Penelope decides to hold a contest. She will marry the winner. The man must string Odysseus's bow. Then he must shoot an arrow. The arrow must go through 12 axes. The axe handles are in a row. They have small holes on top. This is very difficult. The bow is heavy and strong. Only Odysseus can use it. All the suitors try and fail. They cannot even bend the bow. They try to heat the bow, but it does not help. Then the old beggar asks to try. The suitors laugh at him. They think he is weak. But Odysseus takes the bow. He strings it easily. He shoots the arrow through. It goes through all 12 axes. The suitors are shocked and scared. They know he is King Odysseus. Odysseus and Telemachus attack. They fight the suitors one by one. They kill them all. The suitors try to defend themselves, but they cannot fight back. They have no weapons. Telemachus had hidden all the weapons. Finally, the palace is free. Penelope finally sees her husband. She runs to him and hugs him. She cries tears of joy. Odysseus and Penelope are together. After 20 years, it is over. The journey of Odysseus finally ends.